This is an automation that you can sell to hundreds of businesses for $99 a month, especially knowing that there are thousands of other small businesses paying way more for this service. By the end of this video, you'll be able to create a CRM for whatever small business, nail salon, mechanic, barbershop. You are going to be able to create an appointment machine for that business, and also you will know how to send these types of feedback emails that will help businesses retain more customers and increase the rating and overall online presence. So let me show you how to build these step by step, and let's hop right in. Okay, so let's see how this whole automation actually works. So it all starts with this specific automation, one out of three. We're going to have 3 make.com automations in this whole sequence. It starts off with this first automation that basically watches for a new submission on this form. Let's say we have a nail salon, which is called Bunny Nails. We are going to then complete this form. Let's say my name is Bob Dylan. Yeah, the phone number is going to be this, email address is going to be this. I'm going to actually input my specific email because I want to see the results myself. We are going to choose Express Pedicure for 30 minutes, underarms for 30 minutes, and eyelash tint on the 23rd at 12:30 a.m. Okay, we are going to submit. It seems like we have missed, yeah, we want to choose Karen to be our technician, right? We are going to submit our form, and this automation, as you see, is running in the background. What this automation made is, first of all, it created a new record in our CRM. You can see here, it's a new record for the 23rd, Bob Dylan. This is the name, artist is Karen. And the next step is going to be, we are going to have to see if the status of our client was a no-show or a complete. Okay, now, as you can see in the first automation, we are also going to receive a draft. Of course, this is going to be set to sending the email if you are actually going to use this. But for this specific YouTube video sake, I am going to put it as a draft so that we can see and review it. And it says like this: appointment confirmation, hey there, Bob Dylan, stylist name Karen, services booked, date and time. So basically it is a appointment confirmation email that we are going to send to our client that submits that specific form, right? Okay, after that, if we are going to go to our CRM and click here as a status, let's say complete, we are going to have our second automation that is basically going to check every 15 minutes if one of those statuses changes from complete or no show, right? We are going to run this right now, and you can see that it has found our record, which is the Bob Dylan one, to complete, and we are going to ask for a review. We are going to go again on our Gmail, and we are going to receive another email, which is this one. Bob Dylan, how was the experience? How did we do? And we are going to have 5 buttons. Now, these buttons are going to be pretty cool for your review collecting, because if, let's say, this service was excellent, so basically 5 stars out of 5 stars, we're going to be redirected to our Google review page, and the customer is going to be able to leave a review to our page, right? But if we are going to click from poor to very good, so it was from 1 star to 4 star, the whole experience, let's say we click good, we are then going to be redirected to a new form where we are going to ask our customer a few questions like what is your email, so we can store it again and we see what customer completed this specific form. What would have made your experience 5-star, and what is one thing we could improve? Now, of course, there are many other ideas with this specific sequence, because you could, let's say, add a 10% discount if that client chose from 1 star to 4 stars. Or you can actually offer him a new manicure for free next time he comes, because he was not satisfied 5 stars out of 5 stars with his previous experience, right? So there are a lot of things you can do and a lot of ways to go about this. But this automation can be, of course, a lot more customizable, and it helps a lot with your reviews and your appointment scheduling. Now let's see how you can build this step by step. So it all starts with the first automations, and of course, for the first automation, we firstly need a form for the client to submit and to get the appointment. Now, for that specific form, I have used Paperform, which is a very good website to create forms that are highly customizable and that you can attach to whatever website, or you can send them by their own. This is the first form that we have created, which is the appointment form. Now here I created a fictive nail salon, which is called Bunny Nails. It is pretty ugly because I spent like 5 minutes to do it. Of course, you can design it a lot better. But basically, you are going to get some information from your customer. So let's say what's his email address, phone number, name, so that you can store all of this information into our CRM. And then the specific services that he wants, like manicure, waxing, or whatever your small business is. If it's a barbershop, if it is a mechanic shop, or whatever, right? After you are going to create all of this, this specific form, you're going to click publish. And here on share, you are going to have your specific link where you can share that form. So for the make automation, it is going to look a little bit like this. It's just 3 modules. First one is a new submission form for paper form. So it is going to check whenever a new client has submitted an appointment to our form. Then we are going to create a draft, but basically you are going to send an email, not create a draft, with that specific email. And then we're going to store our records in our Airtable CRM. To create this from scratch, it is going to look a little bit like this. So you have your new scenario. You are going to actually type in paper form, and here you have new submission. You're going to click create a webhook, and you are then going to select the form that you want to be watched by our make.com automation. It is going to be our nail salon appointment form, and you're going to click save. Now you have created your first webhook. Okay, you are going to click run once on this. You're going to click run once for this module so that we can see and attract that information from our appointment setter. And you are, of course, going to complete this appointment scheduling form. After that, we are going to receive all of this information here, that data. We have first the name of the person, the phone number, the email, and the response from all of the other questions. Now, once we have all of this information, we can go on about our automation. Then we are going to send an email. I will choose create a draft module because I'm not going to send email right now. I want you to see exactly how we create the email and how it is going to look like when you send it. So for the folder, I'm going to choose the draft folder. And here the recipient is going to be the email that that specific client has submitted. So you can find it here in data, email address, and you are going to click here the value of that specific email address. The subject, it is going to be something along the lines like appointment has been scheduled. Okay, and here we are going to input in HTML content type. We are going to input HTML because it's going to be a bit more aesthetic than just plain text, believe me. For our email, we are just going to go to ChatGPT and actually ask him to create an HTML content for that specific appointment email in HTML. So we are just going to say, hey, I have a nail salon and I am trying to make an email in HTML that is going to basically confirm the appointment of my client that has just completed a form. I want this email to be pretty simple. I want it to have places where I can input the information from the specific client. So like his name, the services that he selected in the form, and the date of that specific service. And that's going to basically be it. We're going to then click submit. And this ChatGPT is going to create an HTML code for us. It's really that simple, to be honest. You just have to talk to him, right? We can then check this code to see how it actually looks. If we go to codebeautify.org, we are going to paste it in the first quadrant, and we are going to see in the second square how it looks like. Your appointment is confirmed. Hi, client name. Here, if you see the brackets, we are going to input the information from our client's form right inside there. So we are going to make this inside make.com. So hi, client name. Thank you for booking an appointment with us. Here are the details, services, selected services, the date. If you have any questions or need more changes, feel free to contact us. Perfect. You don't need more than this. Okay, I am actually going to use the same HTML that I have used in the first automation that I have made. So I'm not going to use the second one. What it is important is that you are going to check wherever you see those brackets, you are going to input the information from the result from the first paper form module. So basically where you see his name, you're going to delete those brackets and put his name here from the data. You're going to put the value. And so on and so forth. You're going to do the same with the services that he has selected and with the time and date that he has selected in that form. Okay, after you have done that, this is the content, and we are done with our email module. We then of course want to save the information from our clients into our CRM, which is going to be an Airtable. And we are going to click here, create a record module for Airtable. Okay, first of all, let's see how our CRM is going to look like. It is going to be pretty simple. First, we have the date that the client has scheduled his appointment for. We have his name, the email, the artist, or whatever are the information you want to collect from your client in your specific business, right? And then we are going to have a status, which is going to be a no-show or a complete. And very importantly, we are going to have these two more columns, which are going to be, first of all, a created column, which basically sees when this record has been created, and a last modified column when we can basically see and use this column as a trigger for our next automation, which is they basically going to work like this. When we have modified anything, specifically the status in our CRM for our clients, so basically we change this from nothing to no show or complete, it is then going to trigger our next automation. So that is why we are going to need this specific status. You are going to find it here at last modified time. You're going to click this, create a field, or you can click here specific fields. You are going to go to status and you select these fields, create that field, and you have done it. Okay, this is going to be the CRM, pretty simple. And we are going to go back to our previous Make.com automation. You're going to select the base that you have your CRM in. You're going to select the table, which is going to be table 1. And here we are going to input here the date, which is going to be, the date is going to be this one. And we're going to actually add the date. It is going to be the 28th of January 2025 and we are going to put the start time, right? Because this is a text field. If you are going to make this field a date field, you are not going to be able to do this. So please make sure you are going to make your field a text field. After that, we're going to input the name, which is going to be found around here again at the responses. Here we have the name, we have the email, which is going to be here, the value, of course, the artist, which is going to be one of the other questions. Let's see where we can find this. It's going to be this, the value again, and status is going to just be blank because that is going to be the field that we are going to manually switch. And then we are going to hit OK. And here we have our first automation. You can click here to put it immediately as data arrives, so that it is ready for the automation to collect the responses from our form. Now, I advise you to properly name this automation like Bunny Salon rating 1 out of 3. We are, of course, then going to create another folder where we are going to store all of these 3 automations in that specific folder, so we don't have to manually search for them in our Make.com history. Let's see how we can build the second automation. Okay, the second automation is going to look a little bit like this. Again, pretty simple, 2 modules. We are going to have a watch records Airtable modules, which is, of course, going to, just like I said you previously, watch the status field, and if it has modified, it is then going to run this whole automation. And we have here a filter, which is basically if the status is complete, we are then going to ask for a review from our customer, because we can also change this CRM database status to no-show. And if that is a no-show, of course, we don't want to send our client a review, right? So only if that status is set to complete, not no-show. And it is going to run the automation. So the first module is going to be an Airtable module, just like I said. We're going to watch records. Here we are then going to select our base again, which is going to be the client database salon and the table, the first table. Okay, now then we are going to select our trigger field, which is going to be last modified one, which is basically this one that I just told you, the last modified field. Then we are going to select the label field with the status, the limit 10, and that is going to be it from now on. Okay, then we are going to have to send him another email. So we are going to go to email, create a draft. Of course, you're going to put send an email. And it is very similar to the first automation. The folder is going to be our drafts again. The sender, it is going to be a bit easier now because you have all of these fields where you have saved all of that information. So the sender address is going to be the email that you have stored. After that, the subject is going to be, we really care about your review, let's say. And then we are going to have another HTML content. Okay, now we need the second email, which is going to be, let me show you real quick. It is going to look like this, the one with the 5 buttons. If you go to inbox, I showed you here, yeah, this one. How do we do? And we're going to have these 5 buttons. For these 5 buttons, we are going to hook certain webhooks. So one webhook from poor to very good. So basically when we're going to click one of these buttons, it is going to redirect us to one specific location. And we are going to, if we are going to click the excellent button, it is going to redirect us to another location. So we need 2 webhooks for this. That's why we are going to ask our ChatGPT. Now I want you to create an HTML for an email that I will send to my customer for feedback. I want the email to have 5 buttons for the services: poor, very good, and excellent, with colors from red to green, and each one of them to have a direct link. I will attach webhooks to each one of them. It is then going to create that email like this one, and we are going to have to first on let's check it a bit. Let me show you how it actually looks like here. We're going to paste it. It's going to look a little bit like this, but for now we don't have any webhooks to these buttons, right? Because here, if you watch it a bit closer, we are going to have here a redirection link for each one of them buttons. I have previously used this template and I have put my webhook URLs into these. So there are links, but your ChatGPT is going to give you here a random link, which is not going to work. That's why we need to build our third automation. Our third automation being basically this. We are going to just click custom webhook module. We are going to create a custom webhook. You're going to get this URL and you are going to go exactly into your email that you have created with your buttons from poor to excellent, and you are going to replace this specific link with that specific webhook. Okay, now how can we send our client, if he chooses from 1 to 4 to one direction, and if he chooses 5 to another one? We are going to see here that we need a router and we need 2 webhook responses. Here at the webhook responses, the status is always going to be 302, right? And here we are going to add a custom header. First key is going to be location, and here we are going to paste the link that we want our customer to be redirected to. We're going to create 2 of these, 2 webhook responses. Both of them are going to have status 302 and the key as location, but the value is going to be different. Here we are going to create 2 filters. So basically for 5 stars, if the rating is going to be equal to 5, we are going to be redirecting him to this link. And if it is going to be less than 5, so basically 1 to 4 stars, we are going to redirect him to this next link. How you can do this specific star thing, I have actually asked ChatGPT here that I want the webhook to return a number from 1 to 5 based on the review of the client. So like poor is 1 and excellent is 5, so that I can make further implementations to my automations. What is this basically going to do? This is the whole change of that webhook. After the webhook, we're going to put the question mark sign, rating equal 1, and we are going to close our basically sentence, right? This is basically going to do this. Whenever the webhook is being triggered, it is going to retrieve to us that specific rating. So it's going to retrieve us 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. And based on that specific number, we are going to use these filters to redirect the response from our form and basically redirect our client to our links. Now that we have covered the third automation, we can go back to our second automation, right? And we can actually input our HTML right here. The HTML is going to be this one. Yeah, you are going to change this, of course, your nail salon name. You're going to put here whatever, Bonnie Nail Salon, and you're going to check your whole HTML again, and you're going to replace all of these basically straight columns with the information that you need. So for instance here, customer name, it's going to be this name, and if you can see any other, you are going to change them. And basically this is going to be our create a draft module, right? But we need to set the filter first. So the filter is going to be if he has if he is a show, if the client has arrived to his appointment, and the condition is going to be if status is equal to, not equal to, it is going to be matches pattern case insensitive equal to complete, or whatever you have actually chosen your status to be here. I chose to be complete. So basically whenever it is complete, it is going to run this whole automation. And this is the second automation. We have previously completed the third one, so this means that we are done. But let's go back to our third automation and see where are we redirecting our client. So for the 5 stars, we are going to redirect our client to this link, which is basically going to be Google review link. You can just, I don't know, go to your Google review page. You're going to act like you want to write that specific review, and then you're going to copy this URL and you're going to paste it in here, right? So that the client is redirected there. And here we are going to create another form, of course with paper form or whatever you want, to ask those other additional questions, like what can we change to do this whole experience a 5-star, or what did you like about your experience, whatever questions you want to collect from your client. And then further, I don't know, give him a discount or help him guide to a new appointment or whatever you want to do with your specific client. So you are going to create another paper form. I have created, let me show you 2 seconds. I have created this form for the evaluation one. How was your experience details? What is your email? What would have made your experience 5 stars? What is one thing we could improve? It is again very basic, just because I just wanted to show you how this actually works. You can customize it however you want and put whatever questions you want to collect from your client. But then you're going to click publish. Again, go to share, get this link, and you are going to put the link over here, and the client is going to be redirected to your new form. And this is the whole automation, guys. I hope this was actually really useful for you. And if you have any other questions about how this automation works or how you can further improve this automation and implement it into your business so that you can more easily get reviews and feedback from your clients eventually, and make a whole discount system, and you can play however you want with this automation. You can make it a lot more complex, and it's going to help your business. If you want more advice on how to do this, please leave a comment down below and I'm going to read it, and I'm going to try to help you however I can. Hope I see you soon, and take care.